Hello, 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 hello. This is Dirty Trucking. Just got home and went to the mailbox. You know my fight against the Michigan unemployment office here in Michigan. And it still continues. The woman I got off the phone with the last time, the lady was Linda. She asked me all these questions, told me she was going to be doing my determination. And I couldn't file any protests or anything after that until I got those. So they arrived in the mail today, and I'm very disturbed that this is going on here in Michigan. And this Linda lady, she needs to be sued. I have 3 different letters here, and I'm going to show you each one without exposing my address. But the first letter that Linda made a determination on says, this is the one, I'm pissed. Misrepresentation. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to take my finger and kind of cover up my... Can you see that? Wait a minute, let me flip it around so you can see it. Notice a determination. Juanita Morgan. Misrepresentation. So now this lady is saying I'm lying or have lied to get unemployment benefits. You see, look, issues and sections of Michigan Unemployment Security Act involve misrepresentation. You receive benefits for a week ending April 25th, 2020 through November 14th. Resulting in an overpayment of benefits. Benefits you were paid based on a higher weekly benefit amount and or a higher weekly benefit entitlement. Based on new or additional information, your WBA and or weeks of entitlement have been reduced. You received excessive benefits for the period shown, resulting in an overpayment. You are not disqualified from benefits. Restitution is established. Ain't that a bitch? This bitch saying misrepresentation. So now you're going to say I'm lying. Out of all those questions she asked me, where did I lie? I didn't lie to get the benefits. You approved the benefits based off of everything I said. I asked you, are you sure I'm entitled to benefits? Which I was. It was during 2020, the height of the pandemic. Let me show you the date again. Because I was fired from U.S. Express in March of 2020. I didn't file my unemployment until June of 2020. So I guess the April 25th was the week ending of the first week that I was fired from U.S. Express. And November 14th would have been the last week that I received benefits. April 2020, were we not in the height of the pandemic? You can Google the state of Michigan. Was Michigan not on a lockdown in April of 2020? Yet she sends me a letter saying misrepresentation. I told them that I was terminated from U.S. Express for no reason. I returned home to no job search. We couldn't search. We was on full lockdown. So I'm unemployed due to COVID-related reasons. No, I was fired for no reason. I returned home to not be able to find employment due to COVID-related reasons. So therefore, aren't I unemployed due to COVID-related reasons? I didn't tell an employer to fire me. U.S. Express was wrong for terminating me during the height of COVID. You terminated me and took my truck, and I had to come home during a lockdown in Michigan where I couldn't find employment. I'm starting to believe this was a setup. And she's full of shit. Nobody who received unemployment in 2020 should have any of these letters. Nobody who received unemployment during 2020 should be made to pay back unemployment because we were all on a lockdown. Nobody would have been misrepresenting the unemployment office. I don't know where this lady's getting her facts from. I don't know where her comprehension is coming from. But right now, this is the most ignorant shit I've had to go through again with the unemployment office. This unemployment office here in Michigan constantly does shit like this. They constantly does shit like this. You're not going to stick me with a bill, send this bullshit ass letter here, and think this is over. It's not over. This is just the beginning. I just needed her to send this shit in writing before I start getting in their ass deeper. Now to letter 2. That's letter 1. Because they told me it was 3 issues. And they kept saying about the availability. I've been hearing about the availability. Okay, which one is this one? Notice a redetermination. Availability. All right. See, dirty trucking ain't got to lie. Don't they say state of Michigan? Unemployment. Issue. Availability. What they say? This reconsideration is being issued on agency motion under the MES Act Section 32A to correct the redetermination issued regarding availability. Returned mail, whatever the fuck that is. Based on new information, the previous redetermination is null and void. What previous redetermination? Only thing I've been getting is a bill. You ain't determined nothing besides that. Said I'm not eligible for benefits. So you're telling me the weeks that we were on lockdown here in Michigan, she's telling me I wasn't available. I couldn't get benefits. That's what those benefits were for. The president initiated all this. The unemployment amount, what the people were supposed to get. We had to go into lockdown to try to combat coronavirus. So, if you're on lockdown, that means you can't work. If you're on lockdown, that means there is no work. If you're on lockdown, that means your place of work is not open. The only ones that were working here were essential workers. The ones that were still able to work. I was an independent contractor terminated from over the road during the height of COVID. Come home to a full lockdown on COVID here in my home state. And this bitch tells me I'm not off due to COVID-related reasons. You trying to make it look like I lied? Like I did something wrong here. I didn't do a goddamn thing wrong here. That's what those benefits were for, because we were going into full lockdown. The president issued those benefits for you to distribute to the people to help us maintain and survive until they figure out what the fuck was going on with this coronavirus, because they knew we were going to have to go on lockdown. That's what the benefits were for. But this agency here in Michigan is talking to me like that's not what it was for. Like this is a regular year and I done did some fucking fraud. I ain't did a damn thing. What is going on with this unemployment officer here in Michigan? Okay, that's letter number 2. Let's get to number 3. Let me see. What's this one say? Just got this off the mailbox today. Okay, let me cover my address here. Pandemic unemployment assistance monetary redetermination. You filed for pandemic unemployment assistance on June 27th. That's right. Monetary determination was previously issued in response to your claim filing on 4/19/2020. That was when I was terminated from U.S. Express. So you know the claim back dates to that. The reconsideration is being issued more than 30 days after the prior redetermination. Therefore, a good cause for the late redetermination must be established. This redetermination is being issued on the agency's own motion. The agency. No, it's the worker that answered the phone. The agency is the worker that answered the phone. This lady. Okay, where'd I stop at? Okay, redetermination is established in accordance with Section 32A of Michigan Unemployment Security. Your claim has been reconsidered. The prior determination reversed. So what they're saying is, oh, here we go. There it is. Black and white. You are not or have not established that you are unemployed, underemployed, unable, or unavailable to work as a direct result of COVID-19. This redetermination is effective beginning April 19th, 2020. April 19th, 2020. April 19th, 2020. Google it. Michigan was on full lockdown. See, what they're doing is making it sound like you had to have COVID-19. That's what she's doing. You didn't have to have COVID-19. If you were unable to work due to COVID-19, that means you couldn't go to work. That means you are unable to work due to COVID-19. You can't go to work because the state mandated that you were on full lockdown due to combat the spread of COVID-19. Don't that not only make you not able to work, you are also unavailable for work. But wait a minute, what did it say again? Let me show you again, because Dirty Trucking keeps everybody up to date. Dirty Trucking don't lie. This state has done this. These workers at the unemployment office here in the state of Michigan, I don't know what their problem is, but somebody needs to investigate their ass and why they are doing this or handling this pandemic money the way they are. You know how many people here, the senators that I contacted here about this, they said numerous thousands of people has gotten these letters. The unemployment office is trying to make it look like we did something wrong. We out here battling COVID-19, trying not to catch it, suffering, but I had already caught it before it became heightened here. I caught it December 2019, before I went to U.S. Express. Nobody was even talking about COVID. When I got to U.S. Express, all of a sudden I got to drive, and all of a sudden this mentioned the coronavirus. It started emerging. I'm crossing states. Next thing I'm seeing, going to pickups, people got masks on, want to take your temperature. What the fuck going on here? I'm out here in it while it was developing, traveling states. Then U.S. Express terminated me in March, sent my ass home to a state that was on full lockdown in April. The governor didn't start opening stuff up until June. June, I believe I forgot what she opened up first. I don't know if it was the auto plant. I believe it was the auto industry or something else. But I was an open up road truck driver, independent. I don't work in the plant. I don't work in the plant. Okay, let's go back to this date. Remember what I said. Michigan was on full lockdown in April. Everything was locked down. The governor didn't start opening up stuff until June, and it was limited. We were on lockdown. We were told not to go anywhere. We weren't supposed to be going outside unless you go to the grocery store and back home. Travels was limited. Social distancing. You couldn't do shit. We were on lockdown. So while you're on lockdown, that's what the unemployment benefits were for. They were going to have you on lockdown. That's what the benefits were for. You didn't have to have COVID-19, but this letter is trying to make it sound like you had to have COVID-19, but you didn't. You only had to be off for COVID-19 related reasons, which you were. We were on full lockdown, which means you're off. I got terminated and got thrown back into this shit here. So now I'm not only not available to work, unable to work due to COVID-19 because everything is on lockdown. State ordered. Okay, let's get back to the letter. I want you to see it again. You are not or have not established that you are unemployed, underemployed, unable, or unavailable for work as a direct result of COVID-19. This redetermination is effective beginning April 19, 2020. Ain't that a bitch? And they call me stupid. This lady, this agency that did this is the stupidest agency I've ever dealt with in my motherfucking life. United States Senator Gary Peters was involved with getting this pandemic money for the people here. I wonder, do he know what they had done? You're trying to tell me that while everybody else was getting unemployment during the state mandated lockdown in 2020, I was supposed to sit my ass here, unemployed, not able to look or seek for work, even though I was, or find work due to the state being on a mandated lockdown. And you're going to tell me I wasn't off due to COVID-19 related reasons. Didn't COVID hit in 2020? This is how stupid this is. This what makes this agency look stupid. This what makes this lady Linda. Linda sounded like she took this on personally. And I hate talking to these kind of people. You can tell when you end up dealing with these type of people on the phone. She was hell-bent on sticking me with a balance. Miss Linda, you got to fight. The Michigan Unemployment Office has a fight. This is the most ridiculous, embarrassing shit you've ever put in my fucking mailbox. This is bullshit. The entire state was on lockdown. How dare you tell me I wasn't suffering with everybody else? So, I guess you're saying I was supposed to sit my ass home, not file for unemployment like everybody else, starve to fucking death, lose my apartment, and act like it wasn't COVID-19. Is that what you're saying? This dirty trucking at home just showed y'all some ridiculous ass letters coming from, this is Michigan doing this shit. I wonder if any other states doing this shit. Or is all these states watching Michigan do this shit? Michigan has done this to a lot of people. I ran into another lady that says her daughter is going through the same thing. Said they were trying to put her in jail. For what? Money that President Trump made sure that we got. Because the states were going to have to go on lockdown to try to combat COVID-19. But here in Michigan, they ignorant ass workers that do these determinations, these people don't need to be making these damn determinations because you can't comprehend. You sound stupid as hell. These letters are stupid as hell. And they sit this shit here deliberately. And I don't know why they did this shit. And ain't nobody seeing this shit. Am I the only one here that got common goddamn sense? Look at the dates on this fucking letter. This state on a mandatory lockdown. Who the hell wasn't off on unemployment? Who the hell was working? Who the hell has returned to work, matter of fact? Since you want to throw this in there, Michigan Unemployment Office, why haven't people returned to work? Okay, we back open now. See, I was off during the state mandated lockdown. I found a job when she started releasing the restrictions, and I finally found something I can go to work to. But hadn't I quit that job due to the physical, see, that's where they made their mistake. And this way they asked them to get caught. I filed that other claim. It was supposed to have been a claim in December. They backdated the information I put in that claim from December and used it as June. And that's why they asked them to get caught. That's why they asked them to get in trouble. When did the availability issue come up? They talk about based on new information. No, it's based on your information, lady. You talked to me on the phone and tried to make it seem like I did something wrong. She insisting that I wasn't off due to COVID-19 related reason when the entire state was. The entire United States was. Everybody was getting unemployment. So what the hell is this lady talking about? This the shit I got to deal with here. Why do you let these people handle this kind of shit? They stole that money here in Michigan, and now it looks like you're trying to make people pay it back to cover up your theft? Make it look like something we committed fraud or an overpayment based on misrepresentation. I didn't misrepresent anything. Everything I said was true. The unemployment office approved my claim. A supervisor approved my claim. So now we're going to have to look into why y'all, if you trying to say I wasn't supposed to receive unemployment, we're going to have to look into why y'all bastards did that shit. We finna point the finger at you as a setup. But I was supposed to receive unemployment. See, where this all finna blow up in their face is when they ask, when did the availability issue start? Because as far as we're concerned, all her certifications from the time she initiated the claim does not say she wasn't available. When did the availability issue arise? It was because of something that was put in December of 2020. Nothing put in December 2020 should have affected anything that was done from June to November of 2020. Nothing. That's where they asked to get busted. Still here in Michigan fighting this shit, but I wanted to get these letters in my hand so I can get back with the senators and let them show how ignorant this shit is turned. And this is why it's not getting resolved. They're trying to stick people with balance, trying to tell me, you trying to convince me that I wasn't off due to COVID-related reasons. Yes, I was. Could I get a job? No, I couldn't. Have them answer that. Was the state open for people to work? Ask the unemployment office that. Ask them that. In April of 2020, could I get a job? Was anything open for me to get a job? Ask them, when did Governor Whitmer start opening up the state? What month was that? Ask them. But you saying I wasn't off due to COVID-related reasons. First you said June. Now you backdated to April. But all this started, if I had not have tried to file a claim in December, none of this would be going on. And I can't believe how stupid it is not to go to the month that the problem started and figure it out from the month the problem started. This dumbass goes back to June. The problem wasn't in June. The problem started in December when I tried to file a second claim. And it didn't file a second claim. It looked like it combined with the original claim, which it did. If any availability issue came up, it would have been in the month of December of 2020. So why are you sending letters here trying to convince me it was June? None of my certifications said that. Prove what you're saying, unemployment. You talking about based on new information? You should have proof of this new information. What is the dates that the availability issue arose? Where did the misrepresentation occur? What date? What date? That's all you got to answer. What date? You ain't got no answer. I already know you don't. Because the shit happened in December, which had nothing to do with the original claim. In December, I tried to file a claim that I know I wasn't going to get, but I did anyway. Because I decided to leave that job because my physical was reduced to a 3-month. Being reduced to a 3-month physical does not mean you're not available to work. That means I can work there for 3 months and was going to have to take another physical. And the results of that physical would determine if I'm still able to work there or see different type of work based off the physical. That's not an availability issue. I said my physical was reduced to a 3-month physical based on the high blood pressure readings that I was for some reason getting. So I said, let me go ahead and quit this job and find a less stressful trucking job. I end up going back over the road. But before I went, I decided to see if I can get a unemployment. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I said, well, maybe let me see if I can refile, state the issues at hand, why I quit that job. Because there's always an issue if you quit a job. 9 times out of 10, you don't get unemployment. It depends on the circumstances. I quit the job due to the physical. I said, well, let me find something else. I had a 1-year physical that just was expiring in December. And you mean to tell me that little shorter time I worked on that job, you telling me my blood pressure, which was normal on that last physical, is sky high now? Oh, I got to get the fuck off this job. The DOT bus wasn't helping. Trying to get to work, standing out there frustrated. That aided to it. But having a 3-month physical does not mean I was not available to work. See, that's what happened when you got people they don't know about the industry, how trucking go. Just because you got a 3-month physical does not mean you not available to work. That means I was available to work for 3 months. So if I was filing that claim in December and I got the new physical in December, so December, January, February, March, I could work up to March and then I would have to do a new physical. So what is she talking about? I wasn't available. See, this is what happened when you let these folks do their little comprehension of every damn thing. And mind you, this lady, I could tell by the tone of her voice, she just was hell-bent on sticking this bill on me. That's why I hate talking to these people. When these type of people get on the phone, you don't get no results. You get a bill. This dirty trucking. Still fighting. State of Michigan Unemployment Office. Round 2.